Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the new kind of show here. The whole idea behind this one is just answering some of your guys' and girls' questions. I figure it might be a little easier to do this because I do get a lot of recurring questions, and opposed to typing them out and sending them to you all individually. I figure, what the heck? We'll start sending some, recording some answers. And maybe some of the questions you hadn't thought of or that you did think of, maybe you could throw them in there. So if you do have a question and you'd like me to answer it, or at least try to answer it, feel free to leave it right in the comment section below. And if you guys see a question that's asked, just click the like button. And I'll try to do this once a week. I'll just look at the previous video, go down into the comment section, grab a question there. So the first question we got for the first round here is, great vid. And he's replying to the video that I had posted this question. He has a question: how did I get my job drawing the standard? And what's some advice I can give other indie artists wanting to join a book? And by join a book, I'm wondering if he just means literally like joining a book, or just making an indie book and getting people to pick it up. And that's by RobsonINK. So thanks so much for the question. Okay, so the first part of that is, how did I get into the standard, drawing the standard? The story that I was told briefly was that the editor that we have for the book, Stephen Forbes, he was actually working with John Lees, the writer, and John was looking for an artist, and I believe he had found one, but that artist either flaked out or didn't pan out, or something didn't work out there, and so he was looking for an artist. And I used to post on a couple forums, and I highly recommend you guys and girls try that as well. There's conceptart.org. That's a good site to post some artwork as well. The big two that I mostly found a lot of my independent work and stuff through was Digital Webbing, and the other one was PENCILJACK. And those are actually pretty old school forums, and I haven't posted there in a while. However, I know a lot of people still do. I would still recommend posting that. Those two forums, Digital Webbing and PENCILJACK, I'll include links in the underbar as well. But they actually have a section for looking for work and looking to hire. So I would highly recommend checking those out. You never know what you could get. And most of those, they're all submission based, right? So somebody could be looking for, I don't know, a superhero artist, and you would just send them a link to your website, or possibly send them an email. But anyway, I've been posting on those three forums for a while, and not necessarily to get critiques, which are great, but I was posting them out there just to get people to see my stuff. And Stephen, I guess, had contacted John, who's looking for a replacement artist now, sent him a link to my stuff. And then, long story short, John sent me an email. We contacted each other back and forth in reply, and eventually it just worked. We agreed on a page rate, and from there, the rest is history. Like, I'm working on issue 4 right now at the time of this recording. Hopefully, by the end of this year, very early next year, the whole series will be done. And I think, all in all, it's probably taken about 2 years to do, which is 6 issues, which equals, what, like 3 issues a year, which is actually pretty bad. Ideally, the Marvel and DC way of working is you're doing a page a day. Granted, those guys are getting paid enough money to be able to do that full time. So don't be disheartened. As long as you're making progress and you can see that you're speeding up and your stuff's getting better, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how the standard started. Now, to get to your other part, or your other question there, the other part of it, and what's some advice I can give other indie artists wanting to join a book, and I'm going to add, or create a book. The best advice I could give you is just do it. I know that probably is not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear something like, oh, well, you need to do 5 years of just doing anatomy studying. You need to study breakdowns and study film to get things like that going. You don't need to do that. With comic books, the bar to enter is so low that, and that's not a knock against people that are just getting into it, or it's nothing to say that you're not creative or you're creative enough to do so. It's going to take time and mileage, and you got to crank out. How do I put this? When you first started learning how to draw, you sucked, right? We were all drawing stick figures. I mean, you did the best you could. Hopefully, you're getting to a point now where you can look at your art and compare that to what you used to do and see an improvement. That happens across the board for everything. Even your storytelling and your writing, the ideas, how you come up with ideas and your idea generation and stuff. So the only missing link at all this stuff is just doing the work. Don't put too much effort and thought into how it's going to happen, just do it. Just jump in. Just keep it simple for yourself. Do a mini comic. Do a web comic. Do just for yourself, like maybe a 10-page short comic book that's just line art, that's not colored or anything, you know. And that way you can do a very quick and dirty and nasty little 10-page script. Keep it very simple for yourself. Maybe have some explosions or some action scenes if that's what you like to do, or maybe it's a romance. Just, you know, just keep it simple, and you'll gain mileage over that. And then you can post it online for free, and everybody likes looking at free stuff, right? So you'll get your critiques that way. But how to join a book, again, I would highly recommend those 2 forums that I haven't been to in a while, and I'm assuming they still have it there. There's the Digital Webbing and PENCILJACK. ConceptArt.org also has, at the, I believe near the bottom, the same type of thing. They're hiring people, and they're looking for people to look at my work to hire me. Or if you're a writer and you're looking for an artist, you can go in there as well. And on there, they actually specify like jobs that are over $500 or under $500. So check those out, and usually the submission process for that is pretty easy. People just want to see your comic book work. They don't want to see pinups. They don't want to see covers. You have to do comic book work. So again, it goes back to doing your own thing. Some people, what they do is they grab, like, they'll look online for like a script for Marvel or DC, let's say a Spider-Man script or something, and they'll do 5 pages. And that's what I hear a lot of people do when they go to conventions and shows. Which makes sense if you're trying to work for Marvel or DC. They want to say you draw their properties, right? Their characters. But that doesn't necessarily translate into independent. If you're doing independent, you may as well just tell a story. Your own story. And it's more fun that way, isn't it? Make your own characters. You can still do a Spider-Man story. Just instead of the Spider-Man, it's, I don't know, the human octopus. Doesn't matter. It's not the character that you're trying to pitch to people. And yeah, comics are a visual medium, but it's not about, I don't want to say it's not, because to some people it is, but for the most part, you're not necessarily going to get hired because you draw Captain Octopus like mind-blowingly awesome. That's for covers and to get people to pick up the book, unless that's what you're going for. I'm assuming the question that you're asking is based on actually doing pages. If you're doing pages, it's all about storytelling, pacing, clarity. Those are all things that are only going to come with practice and repetition and continual learning. So the one big thing that I'll wrap this video up. It's a little long-winded, I know. Kind of 2 questions in one. The 3 main things that'll get you anywhere, and I believe this, are hard work, dedication, and continually asking questions. Not just questions like, oh, what do I want to do today? I'm talking about like the good questions, like what you guys are sending me and stuff, where it's you're trying to understand something, so you're breaking it down into its roots. You know, it's not just, I need to learn how to draw anatomy. How do I draw anatomy? Well, you could go grab books. That's cool. Most of us, if you went to an art store or a Chapters or you know, wherever other kind of bookstore you got, a secondhand used one, and you just grab a how to draw anatomy book, that's going to work for you. However, you can save yourself a lot of heartache, time, and hours and effort and money by quickly going online, asking people questions, posting in forums, going, what do you guys recommend? And see what kind of books or tutorials or something start floating to the top. There's a reason they're floating at the top. A lot of people click with it. You might not click with it, but a lot of people are. So it gives you at least an idea of where to start focusing your attention, where to, you know what I mean, where you can start focusing your attention. So that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for the questions. And again, if you guys want your comment or question answered on the show, please just leave it right in the comment section underneath this video. Keep everything simple and easy. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to have a blast doing this. Like I said, it helps out myself a little bit just by taking the time to hit record and not necessarily having to reply to every single comment. And thank you guys so much for actually, I'm getting spammed already, but thank you guys so much for sending me all the questions, following me on YouTube, sharing the videos, all that stuff. I got some secret stuff coming up. Ooh, secrets. So anyway, thank you so much. Keep reading comics, keep making comics, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.